Hi and welcome to the Amass gameplay preview. Today we are going to be playing with 3 players and 1 AI crew. We have Dave playing X-Ray in yellow, John as Tango in orange, Rich is Echo in blue, and the AI is Delta in purple. Each player has a crew sheet, screen and 7 space miners. The AI only needs their space miners but will keep the screen there just to remind us of the AI turn. Next to the board we have the mining cubes, the AI deck, next to the AI player. On the planet map we have the action cards, resource cards and an alien meeple at the alien camp. The planet map is divided into 8 zones, containing crew encampments, mining locations, and on the left side of the map you'll find the medbay wound tracker, where wounded miners go to heal. The game is played over 7 phases, so let's start with the first player, Echo, and phase 1. Echo picks 2 resource cards and chooses one to play. They then move the aliens and distribute the resources as shown on the card. Alien raiders halt all mining operations in the current zone, so the resources at M5 cannot be mined. Phase 2, planning. In secret behind their respective screens, all the players place their miners. Delta has decided to try and secure the high value resources and attack the alien camp to gain some action cards. Phase 3, deployment. All players reveal their crew sheets and deploy their crew to the planet map. In this phase we also now reveal an AI card and distribute the AI crew. The card will tell you how the AI distribute themselves, mining, defending or attacking a crew camp. Phase 4, action card phase. Action cards could be played now, but as this is the first round, players don't have any yet. Phase 5, combat. The first player chooses and resolves a single combat, then each other player in turn does the same until all combats are resolved. The first player that turn will take the AI actions for that round. The order in which you resolve the combats can be very important. Delta decides to bide his time and resolve the combat with the aliens, gaining some action cards for future rounds. Because he is attacking with 2 miners, he rolls 2 dice, and with a 6 and a 3, he collects 3 cards. Next, moving clockwise around the table, Tango resolves a combat. It's not looking good. They're all outnumbered everywhere. They decide to resolve the attack against the aliens as well. They roll 1 dice and gain 1 action card. It's X-Ray's turn. They follow suit and attack the aliens, gaining 3 resource cards. It's Delta's turn. The first player makes their moves for them. The AI will resolve attacks moving clockwise from their base. They will always attempt to attack the first player that turn. So Delta attacks Echo. The first player rolls 1 dice for Delta and 3 for Echo. Results are paired off highest to highest, so here Delta has lost. The difference in the rolled results between the matched dice will determine the wounded player's position on the medbay wound tracker. It's back to Echo's turn. They decide to resolve combat at B1 against Tango. Ouch. Tango rolls a 6, beating Echo's best roll by 4. One of Echo's miners is placed in the major wound. They then gain an action card, so it's not all bad. Let's take a look at the cards Echo is holding. The icon in the top left corner of the card tells you in which round the card can be used. Echo could have used the stimulant card to re-roll the attack, but saves it for another time. It's Tango's go. They attack X-Ray at B1. They lose by 2, sending them to moderate wound. X-Ray attacks Tango at G3. The results are paired off. The draw means that both miners move to minor wound. X-Ray also loses by 1, adding another crew to the wound tracker. It's Delta's turn. Again, they attack Echo at B1, and they win by 4 points. Echo gains another action card. Echo. They only have 1 combat left to resolve, but they're feeling confident with a 3-on-1. That could have gone better, but the draw means that they both lose a crew and Echo can still collect both resource cubes. But wait, Echo checks their hand of cards. They could add +2 to their roll and send Tango's crew to moderate wound, meaning that they would have 1 less crew to mine in the next round. But they notice he already has 1 crew in the moderate wound, and sending another crew there, Tango would gain an action card for having 2 crew in the moderate wound section. So after all, they decide to hold onto their cards. Tango's turn. They attack Delta at U8. Results are paired off, a draw and a loss by 5. The medbay is filling up. Delta's turn. Attack at B1. X-Ray wins by 4. Delta would go to major wound, but AI crew never go to major wound, so they are simply placed in moderate wound instead. This is a balancing mechanic. Tangos go. They decide to attack X-Ray at Q6. They win by 1. X-Ray is placed in the moderate wound. X-Ray now has 2 crew in the moderate wounds and collects an action card. Delta also has 2 crew in the moderate wound section, but AI never collect or use action cards. Finally, it's Delta's turn again, as this is the only combat left. They attack Tango at Q6. They win by 5 and Tango gain another action card. It's the deposit phase. Each miner can only collect 1 resource cube. These are taken and deposited in their own base, and any remaining crew are returned to the player's hand. Restore phase. All crew move 1 place up the wound tracker. Any that move into the mobilised section are returned to the player's hand. It's round 2. Tango is the first player. They draw 2 resource cards and choose 1 to play. They then move the aliens 1 space to Q6. If Tango has resources, this would mean that they would be safe, as no one can attack or mine in an alien zone. This also blocks crews from mining the resources at this location. As Tango has the least crew this round, he wants to limit the resources accessible to the other crews. Sneaky. They now distribute the resources. It's then the planning phase for all crews. Staying with Echo, they decide to attack with the maximum number of crew allowed, 3 at M5. They place 1 at F2 and 1 in defence, as they have some juicy resources that others may target. Deploy phase. The players deploy. Then Tango, as the first player, draws an AI card and resolves their actions. Following the AI card, crew are only placed at locations if there are a matching number of resources. Otherwise, they take the action below on the AI card. So here, the AI crew will now attack. They always attack the highest value base facing. In this case, that's X-Ray's base. Next, 2 crew are distributed in the pink zone, but there is only 1 resource, so 1 crew goes there and the other takes the action below on the card, again attacking the next highest base facing on the map, Echo. Their 2 remaining crew attack at M5. All crew are now deployed. It's the action card phase. X-Ray, realising they forgot to defend their base, now plays a recover. At least they now have some defence. Echo plays a card, Toxin, to secure the resource for themselves. Tango, with a smile, now plays a card, Critter Attack, on X-Ray, removing their defender. X-Ray decide to go after some safer resources. They play the comms card and move 1 of their crew to Delta's undefended base. No one else has any more cards to play, so we move to the combat phase. As the first player, Tango attacks Delta at R7. X-Ray attacks Echo. The results are paired off. Echo plays a combat card, increasing his 4 to a 6, meaning he wins all combat this round. Sorry, X-Ray. Delta attacks Echo's base from the north and wins. Tango has to attack Delta, as crews attacking a base from the same direction must fight each other before raiding the base. Tango wins. Finally, Delta attacks Echo at M5. Echo wins. Deposit phase. Echo can collect 3 resources with his 3 crew at M5, but they play a mining spike card to collect them all. They also collect 1 from F2. Tango collects 1 from R7 and X-Ray's base. X-Ray collects 1 from H4 and some from Delta. Delta raids Echo. When raiding from another player base, roll a d6 and collect resources up to the value rolled, but no matter the roll, you always collect at least 1 resource cube. Finally, crew move up the wound tracker. And that's 2 rounds in Amass. Things heat up really quickly. The game ends when 1 player fills their base with resources. The base resources are then totaled up and the highest score wins. The game can be played from 1 to 6 player, runs about an hour in length. It's fun for all ages, simple to learn and really simple to teach.